my name's Emma Austin, and I'm a health and social care and public lawyer at the Central England Law Centre. We're the biggest law centre in the country, and we're a charity who provide free specialist legal advice to individuals who need our help in a wide range of social welfare fields of law. So social welfare includes things like my field, health and social care, trying to help people get the support that they need from social services or the NHS or central government. We also work in housing law, helping people when they're at risk of homelessness. We help people challenge benefits decisions. We help people with their employment rights. Basically, we work across a wide range of social welfare fields. So I initially fell into my field, health and social care, when I went to work for a private firm, and originally applying for an immigration role, they thought I'd be better suited to community care law, as it was called then. And I found it really interesting. I enjoyed the fact that I was working with people who had vastly different, all came from vastly different backgrounds, had different difficulties. I was working with care leavers with children in care. I was working with people with profound disabilities, with carers, people who were destitute in need of accommodation, who had no recourse to public funds. And the day-to-day work, no 2 days were the same. And that was really interesting and really rewarding. And the fact that you were working for people whose problems were they were all very important to them. We were never doing anything that didn't matter, because the cases that people come to you with as a social welfare lawyer really matter. It's the most basic aspects of people's lives, whether they can, look after themselves, whether they can afford to eat, whether they can afford to, to stay in their homes, or whether they're going to lose their homes. These are things that are, day to day problems that take over people's lives and are the most important thing in people's lives. So working with them was a privilege and incredibly rewarding from a kind of personal and professional perspective. I don't think that this area of law is without challenges. Often we're facing extremely difficult situations where we see individuals who are destitute, who are in horrendous circumstances, whose needs are simply not being met, and who are falling between the cracks in terms of all the support that the state has to offer. And from a personal perspective, that can be very difficult. But when you work in an environment like we have at the Law Centre, where there's a group of people who are all committed to helping resolve the issues of vulnerable people, you can be supported through that difficulty, and then you channel, what you do to help people into the quality of the arguments that you make on their behalf, and you put your energy into trying to support them to resolve the problems that they face. One of the things that I would say to anybody who's interested in a career in human rights is that every day human rights matter. So the kind of rights that we see in our work across social welfare law, rights are kind of interwoven into that. And to get into that kind of work, I would suggest that people are seeking not just legal experience, and obviously there's legal experience to be had in clinics or by volunteering in places like the Law Centre or the CAB, but also volunteering or working with organisations who come into contact with vulnerable people, because through exposure to different issues that people face, I think it gives you an insight that really then helps you helps you know that you want to work in this field, because we're working with people who are facing very difficult situations, but secondly helps employers then look at you and think, this is somebody who's demonstrated a real commitment to social justice. This is someone who shares our ethos. This is somebody who would be able to work with the clients that we support. So that would be my top tip. Good luck to everybody who's interested in pursuing a career in human rights. And remember that human rights are something that, as I said, affect us all on a day-to-day level. They're not something separate from every other piece of law. They are an integral part of it.